Warrior Nate, Warrior Nate World, brought to you by Warrior Management, WYAMGMT. Currently, 0609-2026. We live in America. We're at a very interesting pinnacle point, I believe. I say this. Why? Well, we have the government. Let's start there. We have the government. Currently, there is an election going on in California. I believe it's mayor or governor. Maybe not. Maybe mayor. Anyways, it was Karen Bass. And we have two other running candidates, Pratt and Ramon. Very interesting. But we are seeing some crooked behavior in the daily news and in the daily day-to-day. Hence the voting factor. Then we break it down to Nick Shirley, crazy, intriguing reporter. He comes to Minnesota, we all heard it, the Leering Center exposes it, fraud. Comes to California, hospice, and all that shenanigans, fraud, exposes it. California likes to push a Nick Shirley act to then make it to where people like himself and myself, reporters, or just a person day to day that just wants to avenge. They cannot just walk into a company and record and call them out, basically. Even with papers and all that. You, the reporter, documentation person, would get put in jail and or call the cops on, and they could prosecute you. That is crazy work. That means California is backing the fraud factor. Anyways, now back to this new one, the bricks and minifigs joint. Very, very, very crazy. This guy, independent reporter, takes on this case and really just exposes this company for how disgusting of what they're, how disgusting of work that they're doing. Taking people's Legos, etc. Quote unquote, and allegedly. Because nothing's come to the final court system yet. So, then you really fall into like what he's stating, how he has now been served, can't post the very final video due to the fact that this company has now made a lawsuit on him, and they haven't even heard his side, and the judges then pass it to where now he cannot talk about what is actually happening, and they can go after the funds and him legally, his friends, etc. And it's just very interesting to see how this pinnacle point of, there's a side where people love the fraud because they're the puppeteers, they are the ones that are being fed by it. But then there's this side that are like, hey yo, we need to stop it so that it doesn't grow to something bigger. But I believe it's hard due to the fact that we may never really come to a final closing because it's such a huge web that there's no really getting down to the nitty-gritty. I believe you guys can understand. So we're shedding light on it, yes, but unfortunately, the bad guys always win. It's the truth. Like, nice guys finish last, bad guys always win. So therefore, we're shedding light on it, but we're also like honing in on like the key puppeteers All allegedly, by the way. And it's just interesting to look at an American standpoint from inside, considering people are looking from outside and looking in from Canada, Mexico, UK, Japan. They're all looking in. They're like, there's some interesting stuff happening over in America. And then it's very interesting how everybody wants to come here to America. It's just very, very, very interesting, lucrative. But just had to touch on this. Once again, it's 06/09/2026. No AI was used in this. All thought process, and this is all just raw. Going right up on the Where You At Nate World, I believe, channel. And it's just a key spot to really just document right now. Because once again, you have these key reporters and or investigators. Ben with, hold on, Reckless Ben, I should say. Reckless Ben, you have Nick Shirley. I don't know about Trump because there's all that stuff that's happening cross country that I couldn't even tell you about, and let alone all the wars, etc. But it's just interesting to see these independent investigators and reporters really, really hone in on something, shed light on it, and there's just people out there that are just gonna save them. Not them that were trying to shed light on it. The ones who are doing the lucrativity, who are doing the fraudulent stuff, all allegedly. Anyways, just very, very interesting to see. Other than that, it's been Where You At Nate, brought to you by Where You At Management, WYAMGMT. If you're looking to scale your business, DM WYAMGMT. We have a huge network of audience and local accounts that hit very niche corners of the internet. If that rings a bell to you and or your business, DM today. Once again, this has been Where You At Nate. It's very interesting to see what is happening today. And I am glad that the algorithm is pushing the good side. Yes, that is one thing that is happening here. And I don't think a lot of people are seeing it. The algorithm is really pushing to see and get rid of the illegitimate business aspects, which unfortunately there's a lot of. It's a hard one, it's an interesting one, but we just gotta admire, see, and overcome, because what happens? Yes, history repeats itself, so therefore in the next 25 years, it's gonna be 2046. We're gonna see something very similar here. We're gonna see a lot more independent investigators, a lot more independent auditors, etc. So I don't think we're done here. We're just getting started on the good side of things, I should say. The bad side of things, we're shedding light good, but we don't know what's to come. More of the story. WYAMGMT LLC. Don't forget it. It's brought to you by Where You At Nate. If you haven't, go to all the accounts. Just type in Where You At Nate on the top link at your top little search bar. WYANATE. Multiple accounts there. We post to get you across with the point. More of the story. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there and be diligent.